taking on the St. Ignatius Wolfpack, one of the longest consecutive members of this tournament. Metamora, one of the top powerhouses downstate. And one thing about Metamora, they do not lose at Jack Tosh. St. Ignatius, however, coming in as the top-ranked team, ranked 6th by Nesto Hoops in the state of Illinois in the Chicagoland area. And they are set to impress, most definitely. Both these teams 2-0 in tournament, competing here. Luca DeSanto alongside me, Silkaitis. Zach, what are we going to expect to see from both these teams?
Like you said, Luca, both these teams, some of the best teams in this tournament. The Redbirds yesterday had an absolutely crazy game. We saw them play against Glenbard West in an overtime matchup. They were very dominant throughout that entire game. They were losing by 10 going in the half, but then they really started to hit their stride. This team never backs down. You know it's going to be a quick-paced game with the Redbirds, and they're very good at playing in close basketball games. As well as St. Ignatius is another great team in this tournament. Very competitive, very fast as well. This game is going to be very quick back and forth. Both play towards the same pace.
At forward, 6'5", junior, number 21, Duke Ross.
Starting lineups being introduced right now. Metamora brought their cheer squad all the way from the Peoria area. Very impressive from them. Great show out. They really do appreciate the magnitude of this tournament, I will say, and that's why they don't lose. They have one loss in their 2 years here in the semifinals to a very loaded Bolingbrook team last year. Looking strong. Meanwhile, for St. Ignatius, I mean, it's been a pretty interesting story for them. Obviously, you've had the dominant Chris Bolte, the Yale commit, one of the best players in this tournament. But Amir Tucker has really been making a name for himself in this tournament as we are just about underway here for tip-off. It'll be between Bolte and Jones. And it is won by Jones, starting with Metamora. Like I was saying, Amir Tucker went from a reserve role last year to a big starting role here. And we are off. Here's a 3-ball from Koch. Won't go. Ball being tipped around. It's in the hands of Jones. He was very good on the offensive rebounds and putbacks in that overtime win against Glenbard West. And that ball is out of bounds, and it's staying with the Redbirds.
This Redbirds team had some of the most offensive rebounds in a single game I've seen all tournament. They had about 14 throughout the entire game, which is unreal.
And there's a bucket right there from Brady Jones down low. Tucker swinging this one over to Harris on the wing. He drives inside, swings this one corner to Duke Ross. Now up top to Shitaro. Bolte up top. He's going to throw up a 3. Won't go. Here comes Metamora the other way. Ball tipped out of bounds by Tucker. It'll stay with Metamora.
Both of these teams have really good strength, especially in St. Ignatius. Their 3-ball is very dominant, which has helped them win so many of their games. And for the Redbirds, it's their height advantage.
Ball given outside over to Geyer. Now Vasquez drives, tries looking for Jones in the corner, but it is just too high.
Redbirds playing a little slow right now. Let's see if they try and pick up the pace.
Vasquez going inside, kicking this one out. It's stolen by Chitaro. Chitaro pulls up, won't go. Metamora with it on the other side. Koch goes inside on Bolte. Shot won't fall. Bolte corrals the rebound. Still a 2-0 game with 6.5 minutes to go. Harris looking. Kicks this one out up top to Chitaro. Harris from the wing. Not going to go. Slow start here from both teams, just trying to pick it up on offense. Here's a corner 3 from Koch. Not going to fall, rebounded by Tucker. Here he goes, pushing a transition, giving this one up ahead to Harris, who goes up strong for an and one.
Harris, a tough take to put them on the board. He has a chance to take the lead early on.
Metamora foul number 11, Gavin Geyer, his first, team's first, at the line to shoot 1, Napoleon Harris.
A little bit of a slow start out here for this game. St. Iggy going to try to pick up the pace maybe a little bit as he makes his free throw.
Vasquez bringing this one up, gives it over to Jones, now up top to Koch. Back down low, posting up his Geyer. Vasquez. Geyer swings this one down low. Taken away by Ignatius. Here goes Ross pushing the other way. In transition, bounces this one over to Bolte, who drives, looks, gives this one to Chitaro on the wing. Chitaro swings this one to a wide open Harris for three in the corner. That one's not going to rattle in.
Both these teams starting out a little slow on the offensive end. We saw this yesterday as well with Metamora. They took some time to actually start getting going. They didn't really start getting into their stride until that second half.
Ball dropped down low. Chitaro got a hand on it. It's recovered by the Redbirds. Here's a strong drive inside for an and one by Geyer.
Seems early on we're going to have a lot of problems in the paint from Metamora. Like I was saying, their height is unmatched in this tournament. Some of the biggest dudes. Geyer was a big problem getting tons of boards yesterday against GBW.
Geyer converts on the and one. Tucker taking this one up. Harris going to work down low, spinning, layup is good.
Nice spin move, moving his way around Boosie.
Geyer controlling up top, giving this one over to Koch. Now back down low to Geyer, who fakes, goes up strong with it. And Metamora fires right back. 7-5 game now. Harris. Bolte pulls up. Midi won't go. Metamora pushing in transition. Here's Koch. He gives this one out to Boosie in the corner for three. That one's not going to fall. It's rebounded by Jones. Tip to Vasquez. Now up top to Koch. A wing three from Geyer's not going to go as well. It's rebounded by Bolte. Ignatius pushing the other way.
Both teams getting the shots they want, none of them just falling.
Harris kicks this one to Ross in the corner for three. Not going to fall. Fast-paced offensive game from both these teams. Drop down low to Jones, who's wrapped up by Tucker there.
Jones didn't finish the play, but he drove the foul, and he's going to head to the line.
St. Ignatius foul number 3 of here. Tucker, his first, team second.
Excuse me, it's going to be underneath the basket.
Vasquez controls it up top. He gives this one in the corner to Koch for a three. That one's not going to fall. Harris takes it the other way. Harris shifting gears, giving it up top to Tucker. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Harris on the wing. Kicks this one in the corner to Bolte. He drives, goes up strong with it for a slam.
What an amazing dunk early on in this game to tie it back up. Seven to 7, 3:17 left. Let's take a look at this play.
Yeah, look at this right here. Bolte, fearless driving when he gets his head down low. He is able to take off. Here's a down low feed to Geyer. That one's not going to fall. Tipped there by Ross. Tucker to Bolte on the wing. Bolte goes inside. Now down low to Harris, who fades. And he takes the lead for Ignatius. Jones giving this one over to Geyer. Now Vasquez drives. Kicks this one down low. Nice find there to Boosie.
Nice little assist there to tie it back up.
Harris giving this one over to Tucker. Tucker fakes, kicks this one. Ross on the wing for three. Yes, sir!
Nice shot.
Vasquez gives us one on the wing. Metamora moving the ball nicely. Here's a corner three from Vasquez. He responds, ties this one back up. Two young nucleuses going back and forth. The basket is good there. Nico Harris on the and one.
Harris making some tough shots early on to keep his team in the game.
Metamora foul number 3, first team second. At the line to shoot one, Napoleon Harris.
(14-12) subs being made. Morrison entering the game for Tosh, giving him a breather.
Vasquez swings this one over to Morrison. Now up top to Vasquez for a deep three. Yes, sir.
Vasquez feeling himself as he took that one from deep.
Harris going inside strong for two.
He got up there and got it right off the top of the glass.
And a timeout called by St. Ignatius. We will step aside shortly. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back. 47 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A quick timeout called. And Metamora has possession. They trail by 2. Vasquez giving this one over. Metamora just moving this one around up top. Vasquez is found cutting, and he goes inside for a lay.
Nice find from Boosie. We saw that a lot from him yesterday. He had 5 assists.
17 apiece now. 20 seconds.
Clock ticking down.
Harris still holding, and he's fouled with 4.3 seconds remaining.
Just enough time for one more shot. See if they can take the lead going into the second quarter. Tosh is subbing back in for Boosie. Taylor also entering the game for Morrison.
Harris inbounds this one to Bolte. Now back to Harris. He sidesteps a midi at the buzzer. Won't go. And we are going to head into the second quarter with the score tied at 17 apiece. Do not go anywhere. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back here. Start of the second quarter just about underway. It'll be St. Ignatius to start with it. It's all tied up here at 17 apiece. Harris taking this one up for the Wolfpack. He swings this one over to Bolte, who's found down low, posting up, fades away. Yes, sir.
Nice mid. He lost art in the game of basketball, but he got it to go.
Drive inside here's not going to go. Rebounded by Bolte. Bolte pushing. Goes to work down low, spinning. Not going to fall. Looked for a foul there. Ball is tipped. Caldwell throws it off his defender Morrison there.
That's a senior play there as he threw it off the guy. That's the type of thing you see from LeBron James. He does that a lot in the NBA. Mounting now. Redbirds leading by 2. Been a very close game the entire time.
Chitaro up top, giving this one now to Harris. Caldwell up top, swings this one to Bolte, who shoots a corner 3. Not gonna fall. Harris gets the offensive rebound, gives this one down low to Chitaro, who's fouled.
Another tough take. Iggy and Metamora are both playing the game in the paint right now as they can't connect on a lot of these threes.
His team's first, and line to shoot 2, number 4, Chris Chitaro.
Chitaro's first one goes down. Second one is in as well. It's a 21-17 game, 4-point lead for the Wolfpack. Morrison found on the wing going around, giving this one to Vasquez. Now up top to Bourne. Vasquez surveying, going to work, swings this one in the corner to Morrison, who's open for 3 and connects.
Morrison, so tough for him to miss in the corner. Morrison, as well as Vasquez, always able to hit their threes despite the team not being able to do that.
Harris trolling up top, dropping this one to Chitaro. Bolte open for 3, online.
You can't leave Bolte that open. And as he just hit his 1,000th career point.
What a feat for Chris Bolte here at the Jack Tosh. You know, we saw Tony Belganyehi of Palatine last game at his 1,000th career point. Something about the air in this gym is there's a Boosie 3.
Redbirds starting to find their groove from 3.
Bolte goes inside and slams this one, his second of the night.
Absolute electricity out of him. He's hitting his stride. Josh looking to drive.
Nice move down low. He responds.
Answering back and forth this entire game. Both teams really going at it.
Chitaro responds on the other side again. Back up to a 3-point lead.
This is the quick pace game I was talking about. Both of them starting to find their stride like I've been saying. And now they're really starting to go quickly.
Vasquez up top. Giving this one over to Jones. Boosie drops this one down low to Bourne. Now in the corner again, and that ball just cannot be corralled there by Morrison, and it's a turnover for the Redbirds.
Pass went right in between his legs, wasn't able to hold on to it. Tosh taking a breather.
Harris going to work down low. Midi, not gonna fall, just a bit off right there. Here's Geyer pushing for the Redbirds, going inside on Chitaro. Floater won't fall, rebounded by Harris, but it's tipped and saved there by Geyer. Here's a fresh sequence for Metamora. Boosie, guarded by Tucker, drops this one down low to Jones, picks up his dribble, And he's fouled by Harrison. Is going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's got to be a foul every single time. If he can't move his arms up, then he's going to be sent to the line every time.
Jones' first free throw is not going to fall.
Jones being the leading scorer of the past 2 games for the Redbirds. Off to a little bit of a slow start.
Jones on his second attempt. He splits at the line. It's a 2-point game. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the first half. Harris bringing it up. Now to Bolte. Tucker pulls up, just a bit off right there. Boosie looking, tries to find a cutting Koch there. It's last touched by Chitaro.
Koch was trying to follow that ball as best he could, but he was stopped on defense and couldn't get around his defender. More subs being made here. Vasquez coming back into the game for Boosie.
Morrison to inbound. He gives it up top to Koch. Now Morrison goes inside, loses control, kicks this one in the corner. Vasquez going inside on Chitaro, drops it down low to Jones, who's open. It's tied up again.
Another great assist from Vasquez. Him and Boosie are great guys that you want on the court at all times.
Harris on the wing, giving this one over to Ross. Now Tucker goes inside, kicks it out. Harris drives, fakes. Layup is good. They try to give this one down low to Geyer. He's able to corral it. They swing into the corner to Jones for a 3. It's not going to fall. Rebounded by Bolte. Here he goes, pushing the other way. Harris, fancy dribble moves, kicks it out. Chitaro pulls up from the free throw line. That one rolls in.
Nice little shooter's touch there to get it to roll in.
Geyer loses control of that one. It's going to be a fight for it in the backcourt, and it's going to be a backcourt violation.
Redbirds trailing by 4 now. Both teams very electric on the offensive end.
With his feed here down low to Harris. Bolte pulls up. That one just a bit short. Tucker is there for the rebound and putback. And a timeout called by Coach Dame and Metamora. They now trail by 6. Metamora trying to answer this St. Ignatius 6-0 run, Zach.
Yeah, the Redbirds just kind of falling behind the defensive end. Offense still doing very good, but as you saw in that last play, nobody boxed out their man, and he got the easy bucket.
We will step aside. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back here, 34-28 your score. Metamora trailing by 6 out of their timeout. They have possession.
Like I've been saying all game, this second half is going to be a really amazing thing to watch. Both these teams doing pretty well on offense, but I'm excited to see what they can do in that second half.
Vasquez taking this one up across the timeline, giving this one over to Jones. Now up top to Geyer. Morrison almost loses control of this one. Is Funk, but he gives it up top to Geyer. Now down low to Morrison for 2.
Another great find. Morrison, he's a glue guy for the team. He's always there when you need him to.
Harris on the wing. Now to Bolte in the corner for three. Won't go, rebounded by Ross. That layup short. Vasquez able to save this one, gives it to Morrison. Morrison goes past Tucker, now spins. Bolte, Jones, layup just rolls out. Ball is tipped. Harris is able to pick it up. Nico Harris going strong for two again.
He's so quick, you can't even see when he's coming down the court.
Geyer. Now Funk on the wing. Excuse me, that's Jones. Reminiscing from last year. Geyer drops this one down low to Jones. He turns around, one-handed floater is good.
Jones, another dominant force in the paint. We've seen throughout the entire tournament from him.
Bolte giving this one to Tucker, now back to Bolte. He drives, kicks, Harris, a corner three. Nico Harris is automatic right now.
He is unreal, 19 points already in this first half.
Vasquez over to Koch, now back up top to Jones. Jones drops this one down low. It's stolen by Bolte though. Here goes Ignatius the other way. Bolte in the corner to Ross, who drives, goes up strong for two. And it's gonna be a blocking foul called.
Looking for the charge, but in my opinion, his feet weren't set. That is the right call by the refs.
Just 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's a 39-32 lead in favor of the Wolfpack. They are about to go to the line to extend it. Ross's first free throw is good. Ross on his second, connects again. 9-point lead for the Wolfpack. Really starting to surge. Morrison fires at the buzzer. That one way short. And that is how the first half will commence. 41-32, your score. With that, we will step away. You are watching York Sports Network.
Wonderful selection of refreshments and snacks conveniently located right outside the gym. Check out the York Booster Club concession stand during this 10-minute break in the action. Also a reminder, Wednesday is championship day here at the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. Consolation championship will be at noon, followed by the third place game at 1:30. And then we'll finish things up with the championship game at 3 o'clock. The Tosh All Tournament team also will be announced at the conclusion of that championship game on Wednesday as well. Thank you.
We welcome you back out of halftime here. It'll start with it being Metamora basketball, and just taking a look at what we've seen so far. I mean, Chris Bolte, he just reached his 1,000th career point, 9 points so far, but it should also be mentioned, 19 points for Nico Harris. Been a sneaky performance from him, but he is on track for 38. Now it's Metamora controlling. Boosie giving this one over to Geyer. Vasquez moving it around nicely as Metamora. Geyer gets this one tipped, however, down low by Tucker, and it's going to be a foul.
Just a little bit too much contact on that one. It's going to be a push in the back.
Amir Tucker, his second, team's first. Metamora basketball out of bounds.
Second foul of the night.
Ball inbounded now to Boosie. Boosie gives us one in the corner. 3-ball no good from Koch. Ball rolling around on the floor. Metamora recovers. Jones working up top. Swinging this one to Geyer. Guarded by Chitaro. Geyer to Jones. Jones cutting. Is it going to count? They'll say yes.
Got it off in the nick of time. That was a great finish and great find from Geyer.
Harris controlling up top, bouncing this one over to Ross. Tucker moving, pulls up mid-range, yes.
Nice little quick give and go there. Bumped into his man, was trying to look for the foul, but got it to go.
And a double dribble is going to be called there on Vasquez.
Vasquez just trying to go a little bit too quickly there.
Harris taking it up. Harris pulls up a three. Short. Jones taking it up now for the Redbirds. Bounces this one over to Koch. Koch switching gears, going down low. And it's going to be a push called on Duke Ross.
Going to be underneath the basket. Koch will be inbounding.
Team second, Metamora basketball out of bounds.
Both these teams running a pretty tight rotation. Not a lot of substitutions. Only one man off the bench for St. Ignatius. Here's a corner three, not going to go for the Redbirds. St. Ignatius pushing the other way. Tucker accelerating, giving this one to Ross on the trailer for three. Connects.
Ross, another open look, and he takes advantage.
It's a 12-point lead for St. Ignatius, and it's looking like all Wolfpack here. And a timeout called by Coach Dame, trying to slow this run that St. Ignatius has been on since the first half.
Iggy really setting the pace, and their style of play. Metamora's got to figure something out on the offensive end.
And you may have just heard it over the PA. Chris Bolte again hitting his 1,000th career point earlier in the first half. What a feat for him. The transfer from Hinsdale South after his freshman year, but he's been on varsity for St. Ignatius all 3 years. Been such a solid player, and he's going to play at the next level at Yale. We will step aside. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back out of the break. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Metamora trailing by 12 now to Ignatius. Jones behind a screen for three. Not going to fall. It's rebounded by Ross. Ross gives us one to Bolte. Bolte swings this one to Chitaro on the wing. Chitaro drives, kicks back out up top. Ross to Bolte. Bolte drives, kicks again, and that one tipped out of bounds.
Good ball movement from the Wolfpack trying to get another open look. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Ross dropping this one down low, and another pass to Ross. Layup no good. Metamora in transition. Tipped by Tucker, now in the backcourt. They'll say it was last touch by Ignatius. Jones goes strong with it, and he gets the and one to fall.
Jones starting, this team starting to feel Jones' presence inside the paint. He's up to 11 points on the night. Took some time, but like I've been saying, this is a second half basketball team. They like to play when it is very highly competitive.
Jones converts on the and one as well. Cuts this to a 9-point Ignatius lead now. Harris swinging this one to Bolte. Bolte drives inside, spins, layup is good.
Great composure to get that spin off.
Vasquez hands this one off to Jones in the corner. He gives this one back out up top. Bounce pass to Geyer. Geyer looking, giving this one back out to Vasquez. Jones. Koch.
Called the foul on the floor. It was a nice find for Jones, though.
Ball inbounded, found down low is Jones for two again.
Geyer finishing what he started before that foul call.
Harris taking it up. It's a 9-point game. Tucker looking. Tucker switching gears, going down low, gives it back out to Harris. Harris drives himself. He's up to 21 now. Vasquez shifting. It's a kicked ball out on Ross.
Still lots of back and forth action. These teams keep scoring.
Boosie gets this one into Vasquez. Ball being battled for. It stays with the Redbirds. Geyer back to the basket. Goes up with it. Strong. And it's staying with Metamora.
Another tough take from Geyer. Just not able to finish the play.
Koch inbounds this one to Vasquez. Now to Geyer. Back to Vasquez. Boosie gets pushed by Chitaro.
And they're going to be entering bonus now.
St. Ignatius really struggled with the fouls the other day against Downer South. It looks like it's carrying into tonight. Boosie connects on his first free throw.
Subs being made now.
Boosie's second one rolls out. And it's going to Ignatius.
Geyer, last one to touch that ball.
10-point game now. The Wolfpack still in control. Harris goes inside, strong for two again, and he's fouled.
Wow, he had a clear path to the basket, and he got the foul called.
Nico Harris up to 23.
.23 points this early on is unreal.
He converts on the and one, 24 points for senior guard Nico Harris. Boosie giving this one back out to Vasquez. Now to Koch. Back to Vasquez. Geyer goes inside. Reverse layup. He's fouled.
Nice ball spin on that one. Couldn't get the go, but he is going to get the foul called.
St. Ignatius foul number 3, Amir Tucker, his third team penalty at the line to shoot 2, Gavin Geyer.
First one is online for Geyer. Geyer is second, no good. Another 1-for-2 trip for Metamora at the line. Bolte to Tucker. Tucker, a 3. No good. He gets his own rebound. Pulls up mid-range. That one is good.
Nobody there to box out Tucker. Able to fix his mistake.
It's a 14-point lead in favor of the Wolfpack now. Koch to Boosie. No good. Harris taking it the other way. And he's fouled. DJ Caldwell now in for St. Ignatius.
Boosie exiting the game as well as Geyer.
Harris going to work, almost loses his dribble. Gives it to Bolte for 3. Yes!
Bolte goes right over Jones for that 3.
Ball tipped. Saved by Koch, gives it down low. Layup will fall for Zach Bourne, who has checked into the game for the first time. Harris on the wing, goes inside, kicks it back out to Bolte. Bolte drives strong for 2. That layup won't go. He's there for his putback. That one also not going to fall. Metamora comes in with the rebound. Bourne pushing. Back to the basket. Drive inside. Jones can't get that one to fall. Bolte taking it the other way. 15-point lead for St. Ignatius. Chris Bolte kicks this one out. Ross gives it up top to Duke Ross, and he's online for 3.
This team cannot be stopped on offense no matter what the Redbirds are doing, and they're going to have to call a timeout.
18-point lead, timeout Metamora. We will see what they do out of the break. You are watching York Sports Network.
Welcome back from that break. 1:09 left on the clock for this third quarter. Redbirds really got to start going on offense if they want a chance in this one.
Vasquez taking this one up for the Redbirds, giving this one up top to Jones. Koch gives this one down low to Bourne, and it rolls off his leg, and it's out of bounds.
Redbirds really just not playing at the pace we've seen them play at in this tournament. They're playing way too slow this game. It's really affecting their scoring abilities.
Harris taking this one up for St. Ignatius. 45 seconds to go. Nico Harris goes strong. Caldwell tries to come in for the rebound, but it's taken away by Jones. Jones up ahead. Drop down low. It's stolen again by the Wolfpack. In transition is Walker Ross. It's not going to fall. Now here's Metamora in transition. Jones goes strong, drops it to Morrison for 2.
Morrison, nice, easy finish.
Shot clock turned off. Harris bringing the ball up. Nico Harris at 24, he's fouled. Harris pleading his case, saying he was in a shooting motion. Ref's not going to give it to him. Caldwell inbounds this one in the backcourt now to Harris. 5 seconds. Harris gets a screen from Bolte. Harris fires at the horn. Tough angle, won't go. Bolte tries on the putback. Not going to fall as well. And a 16-point lead for St. Ignatius really blew the door open here in this third quarter, Zach.
Metamora just really struggling on the offensive end and not being able to stop the Wolfpack on defense. They've been hitting every single shot this game.
With that, we will step away. You are watching York Sports Network.
To begin the fourth quarter of St. Ignatius basketball, the alternate possession.
We welcome you back here. Start of the fourth quarter, St. Ignatius with a 16-point lead over Metamora. Harris dropping this one to Duke Ross. Now to Bolte up top, who fakes for three, drives, goes down low. Still looking, kicks this one to Duke Ross in the corner for three. Not gonna fall. Bolte goes flying for that rebound, and it's Metamora ball.
Last tipped out by Bolte, tried to recover it, but he had no room as he would have ran right into the tables.
Metamora trying to battle back. Jones a long three, that one's not gonna fall. Ross pulls in the rebound, gives it to Harris. Harris stops. Goes to the other wing. Bolte drives. Goes up for a slam again, his third of the evening. Chris Bolte, have yourself a night.
Morrison right there to try and help. He couldn't do anything on that play.
Morrison giving this one up top to Bourne. He responds for three.
3-point field goal is Zach Bourne.
Harris taking this one slow up top. Walker Ross back up to Duke Ross. Harris drops this one to Bolte. Up top, Caldwell, a three. Not gonna fall. Metamora pushing the other way. Morrison, a three. Yes, sir!
Starting to spark the offense now. Morrison hits a clutch three.
12-point game. Harris to Bolte up top. Bolte has 16. Bolte spins, kicks. Duke Ross to Caldwell. Caldwell drives strong and he's fouled.
Caught a little bit too much arm trying to drive to the paint.
Tucker and Chitteru are gonna come in. Caldwell and Walker Ross are gonna sit. Ross drives inside strong. And the layup is good. Taylor kicks, Morrison looking. Drive from Bourne. Bourne layup not gonna go, it's tipped out. Offensive rebound, Morrison along 3. Not gonna fall, Bolte comes skying in for that one. Here he goes pushing in transition, gives it to Duke Ross, who goes strong for 2. And a steal from Harris, and a layup on the other end.
This Wolfpack team really bringing down the hammer now as they extend their lead, 69-51.
Morris along 3 in Duke Ross's face.
Morrison trying to keep his team in the game. He's been hitting some big shots.
Tucker to Bolte. Bolte drives. Bolte gets the and one to fall.
No matter what the Redbirds do on offense, they answer right back.
Chris Bolte up to 18 points tonight for the Wolfpack.
Another tough take. Unreal player.
What an offensive game from St. Ignatius overall. I mean, Nico Harris with 26, Chris Bolte with 18, and how about Duke Ross with 15 as well?
Everybody getting a little piece of the pie.
Jones to Morrison. Jacks up a 3. That one's not going to fall. Bourne tries pulling down that rebound, and it's going to be a foul called down low. That one called on Ross. Morrison inbounds this one up top to Taylor. Now back to Morrison. Down low pass, and it's going to be another foul on Duke Ross. And that has really been the only flaw of this St. Ignatius team's game through not just today's game, but the tournament. Just the foul trouble. They found themselves in a lot of foul trouble. Another foul. That time it's on Amir Tucker.
This team is very aggressive, helps him out on offense a lot, but does not help him on defense.
Got to be careful, about to send Metamora into the bonus. Here's a down low find to Jones for 2. Bolte works up top. Swings this one to Chitaro. Chitaro spins, kicks it. Duke Ross, a 3. Not gonna fall. Rebounded by Chitaro down low. Swings this one up top to Tucker. Tucker with 6 tonight. Ross goes inside, he goes strong. That layup just a bit too strong. Vasquez pushing the other way, kicks it in the corner to Taylor, now back to Vasquez. Morrison drives. Morrison, midi, not gonna fall. But it's an offensive rebound, and the layup for Bourne is gonna go. And a timeout called by St. Ignatius. We will step aside, score 72-58. You're watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back. 3 minutes, 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Harris kicks this one to Tucker. Bolte up top with it. Bolte pulls up mid-range. Yes!
Bolte, another player that cannot miss for the Wolfpack. He's up to 21.
And that's how you start your 1,000th career point night right. Harris on the steal. 28 for him.
Keeping it simple, back up to 18-point lead.
Koch for three, not going to fall. Walker Ross secures the rebound. One more point, or 2 more points from Napoleon Harris, and he will have the highest point performance of any player in the Jack Tosh so far. The mark to beat is 29. Bolte drives. No foul is going to be called.
On the floor.
Late one.
See this replay here. Drive into the paint.
You see him, he almost like he stops for a second and is like, it's got to be something called there. Bit late to the shot, though. Ross in the corner for three. That one's not going to rim in. 2.5 minutes to go. Morrison, a deep three, is online.
Morrison, his third three of this quarter. He's up to 16.
Chitterow fouled in transition.
Metamora foul number 3.
Morrison trying to keep his team alive as there's only just a little bit more than 2 minutes remaining here.
Tucker giving this one to Chitterow. Now to Bolte for three. Yes! Chris Bolte with 24 points now.
Bolte answering right back to Morrison.
24 for 24. Reverse layup no good. Harris secures the rebound, gives it to Bolte. Tucker. Bolte wants it. Tucker saying, chew clock. Bolte has it. Goes back, almost loses it. Gives it to Harris. Harris with 6 on the clock. Harris wants the shot. Harris loses control of the basketball, and it's going Metamora's way.
79-61. Only 1:24 remaining.
Vasquez giving this one to Morrison. Morrison goes inside. Layup's not going to fall. Tucker almost loses this one in the backcourt. It's a fight for it. Morrison takes it away. Steal and lay is good for Koch. And a timeout called by St. Ignatius. Matt Monroe maybe just wanting to get some final kinks put out, or maybe we're going to see some substitutions made as well. If that is the case, Nico Harris with 28 points, Chris Bolte 24 points and reaching his 1,000th career point tonight. Duke Ross with 15. What an unbelievable performance from the Wolfpack. 79 points as a team. That might be the most points we have seen from any team in the Jack Tosh so far in a game.
Yeah, 79 points, unreal. All their players hitting every single shot they need to at the right time. Altogether, just a well-around performance from the entire team.
And it looks like the subs have been put in for St. Ignatius with 63 seconds left. Walker Ross is going to be called for a carry there going downhill.
Well, let's see if the Redbirds can take advantage, maybe cut the lead down just a little bit more before the end of this game.
Drive inside, and it's going to be a push called on Ignatius. Unfortunately, it appears the fouling issues are going into St. Ignatius' bench as well. Got to be aware of that heading later into later rounds.
Just about to say the same thing, Luca. The only thing they need to really work on as a team.
And Man, what a game we're going to have tomorrow. St. Ignatius versus Glenbard East.
Going to be an absolutely electric matchup.
Here's layup in transition is short there for Ross. Long three is good from Boosie. And nonetheless, for Metamora, this was a great offensive outing for them. I mean, 68 points, not easy to do in 32 minutes.
It's just this team is so hard to stop on the defensive end. The Wolfpack, they're always scoring so many options on offense to give the ball to.
Ball dribbled out. That's going to do it. The final score, 79-68 in favor of the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. They now go on to the Final Four to play the Glenbard East Rams in what should be an absolutely electric matchup. I would be remiss to mention Mike Nee and Chris Bolte play on the same UAA team. They're going to go head-to-head in a matchup that could make the night.
Going to be a great game. Got another game after this. Luca, what's the matchup?
After this, it is Perspectives versus Glenbard North. Perspectives on such a roll. Glenbard North has been raising some eyebrows as well, making a deep run. We will see what happens in that one. Signing off for today, I have been Luca DeSanto alongside me, Silkaitis. Thank you for tuning in.